God says, "Congratulations, your biggest miracle is happening in the next 2 minutes. Your payment has been processed. Don't tell anyone, open this immediately before it's too late. Don't skip God. Open now." God says, there are moments in life when everything seems silent, when our prayers feel like whispers lost in the wind, and the weight we carry feels far too heavy for our shoulders alone. But deep within that silence, a gentle voice is calling, steady, calm, and full of love. That voice is the voice of God. He is not far away. He is not distracted. He is right here, closer than your very breath, watching, listening, waiting for you to trust Him just one more time. He has seen every tear that slid down your cheek in the quiet of the night, every time you held on even when everything inside you was begging to let go. And now, He wants you to know, something incredible is already on its way. Type Amen if you believe. What is coming may not look like what you expected, but it will be exactly what your soul has been yearning for. God never forgets. Even when the world forgets your name, even when people overlook you, He remembers every detail of your heart. His timing is perfect, even when it feels painfully delayed. Your cries were never in vain. Not a single one went unheard. The heavens have been stirred by your faith, and what has been set in motion is far greater than anything you have ever prayed for. There is a shift happening in the unseen, and though your eyes cannot see it yet, your heart will soon feel the difference. That quiet ache inside you, that hope you've carried like a flickering candle in the storm, is about to be touched by the breath of the Holy Spirit. He has been working in the background, weaving your trials into triumphs, and now, the answer is breaking through. You may not feel ready. You may still be wrapped in doubt or clinging to questions you can't answer, but God's promise does not depend on your perfection. It only asks for your trust. Just one more step. Just one more moment of believing even when you don't feel it. The door is opening, and it is not just any door. It is the door you've been praying for in silence, the one you thought was closed forever. You have walked through fire. You have survived what tried to break you. And now, in the stillness, God is whispering, "Well done, my child. I've seen it all. And now, your reward is on its way." Not a reward based on the world's standards, but a divine outpouring of grace, mercy, provision, and healing that only He can give. You are not forgotten. You are chosen. Every prayer you thought was ignored was actually being stored. Every moment you felt abandoned, He was drawing closer. And now, when the night feels darkest, the light of heaven is about to shine through. God does not deal in coincidence. What's about to happen is not luck, it's love. It's divine. And it's yours. Type 1111 if you trust in God. You don't have to explain how or why. You don't have to convince anyone around you to believe it. This is between you and the one who formed you. What He's doing in your life is sacred. It's quiet. It's powerful. You don't need to shout it from rooftops. Just receive it with the same quiet faith that brought you this far. Let your heart settle now. Let your soul breathe. It's okay to let go of the fear. It's okay to stop bracing for disappointment. What's coming is not another storm. It's the calm after the chaos. It's the restoration of everything you thought was lost. God is not finished with you. In fact, He's just getting started. If you've been wondering when it will be your turn, this is your answer. This is your moment. Your miracle is not delayed. It's arriving right on time. It's coming in a way that will make your soul weep with gratitude and your heart sing with peace. It will be gentle and undeniable. You will feel it in your bones that this is God. Hold on a little longer. Breathe a little deeper. Hope a little stronger. Heaven is opening for you, and it's not asking you to earn it. It's offering it freely because you are loved, because you are cherished, and because God delights in giving good gifts to His children. Keep your heart open. Keep your hands lifted. The next breath you take might be the one that carries peace into every broken place. The next moment might be the one when everything begins to change. And when it does, you'll remember this: God was with you through it all. You never walked alone. And now, you will walk into joy. It is not overlooked. Every step you've taken in faith, every time you whispered a prayer through the tears, every moment you chose to love instead of giving into bitterness, has been written on the pages of eternity. You are not invisible to God. In fact, right now, He is closer than He's ever been. Type 222 if you are ready to receive His grace. You may feel like you've been forgotten, passed by, or left behind in a world that keeps rushing forward without you. But your pace is not a mistake. Your journey has been watched over with gentle care. God has walked beside you in silence when you thought you were alone. He has held you through heartbreak, sheltered you during storms, and lifted you when your knees gave out beneath the weight. And now, after all of it, He is preparing to pour out a blessing that will make sense of the waiting. It won't come through force or fear. It will come quietly, like the sun rising over the horizon. The light will touch the darkest parts of your life and slowly awaken hope again. That place in your heart where you once believed so easily as a child, where joy wasn't crushed by life's disappointments, that part of you is about to feel alive again. God isn't just going to restore what you lost. He's going to show you why it had to be removed, why it couldn't stay, and why something better was always meant to take its place. A powerful 7-second morning ritual, once hidden in CIA files, is resurfacing, and people are already seeing fast financial breakthroughs. It takes only seconds, yet activates a dormant wealth center in the brain most people never access. Click the link in the description and comments now. Access it before it disappears. There is a purpose behind every delay, every detour, every closed door. God isn't keeping things from you. He's protecting what is being prepared for you. There are people, moments, and miracles that are already lined up ahead of you, waiting for your arrival. You don't have to chase them. You just have to keep walking in faith. Keep trusting the one who knows the full picture when you only see a piece. So many times, you wondered if your prayers were hitting a wall. You stayed silent about your pain, smiling when it hurt, showing up when you were tired, giving when you barely had anything left. And still, God says, I saw it all. Nothing has gone unnoticed. Nothing has been wasted. Every tear has been gathered. Every prayer has been stored. And now, heaven is responding. The shift might begin slowly. A phone call. A message. A moment of unexpected peace. But soon, you will look around and realize everything has changed. Your soul will feel lighter. The pain will loosen its grip. And what you once begged God for will be quietly resting in your hands, not because you earned it, but because He loves you beyond what words can explain. Type 555 if you are ready to let go and let God move. Sometimes, the miracle isn't in what changes around you, but in what softens within you. That fear you've been carrying, that doubt you've been dragging like a heavy chain, God is breaking it off of you. He doesn't want you living in survival mode anymore. He wants you living in peace, walking in purpose, breathing deeply without the constant ache in your chest. You have endured so much more than most will ever know. And still, here you are, believing, praying, hoping. That is a miracle in itself. Your faith has held back storms, even when you didn't feel strong. Your prayers have opened doors, even when you couldn't see them. The battles you faced in silence have already shaped a testimony that will one day heal others who are walking the same path. There is beauty rising from your ashes. There is strength rising from your scars. You are not who you were yesterday. And that is not a loss, it is a gift. God has been molding you, not punishing you. He's been strengthening you, not abandoning you. And now, as you take another step forward, you will begin to see signs of the breakthrough. Some of the blessings will be small at first, a kind word, a random act of favor, a moment of clarity, but don't dismiss them. These are the first drops of the rain that is coming. The clouds are heavy with what God has stored for you. The heavens have not forgotten your name, and the rain of blessings will come, not to drown you, but to refresh every dry, weary place in your spirit. Don't give up now. You are closer than you've ever been. The healing you've cried for, the peace you've longed for, the provision you've been hoping would arrive before you run out, it is already in motion. God has spoken over your life, and His word does not return empty. It accomplishes what it was sent to do. And what was spoken over you was not defeat, it was victory. It was hope. It was restoration. Hold on. Keep walking. Keep whispering those prayers, even if they're broken. Keep believing, even when it hurts. Because you are not forgotten. You are chosen. You are loved. And your miracle is closer than it has ever been. All of heaven is moving for you. The truth is, heaven has already been stirred by your faith. The truth is, even when your strength was running low, your soul remained connected to the one who never runs dry. God saw every silent plea, every whispered, "Please," in the middle of the night, every time you held back tears in front of others so they wouldn't see how deeply you were struggling. He held each one of those moments as sacred. And now, the shift is beginning. Type 1212 if you walk by faith, not by sight. The most beautiful part of your journey may not be what you gain, but what you become through it all. You have grown in ways you never planned. You've learned how to sit in silence without letting it destroy you. You've learned how to pray without answers and hope without signs. You've learned how to hold on when everything felt like it was falling apart. And though that pain tried to define you, God has always seen past your wounds. He sees your heart. And He calls it beautiful. There is something sacred in the way you never gave up. Even with unanswered prayers and doors that never opened, you still chose to believe. That kind of faith does not go unnoticed. That kind of belief moves mountains, even if it happens slowly. And now, the mountains that once stood in your way are being moved without you needing to lift a hand. God is clearing the path ahead of you. He's preparing a table in front of everything that tried to destroy you. And when it all unfolds, it will be undeniable that it was His hand and not your own. This is not the time to give in to fear. This is not the time to look back and wonder if you missed something. Nothing is lost with God. Every delay has purpose. Every detour was protection. You didn't fall behind, you were being positioned. And now, as things begin to align in ways you didn't expect, you'll understand why it had to be this way. You'll see that the waiting was never wasted. It was sacred. It was holy ground. And what you're stepping into now is not random. It is the fulfillment of what God has been preparing for you since the very beginning. A simple but powerful 7-second at-home ritual, it's hidden in CIA files for years, is now changing lives rapidly. Backed by neuroscience research, it can begin shifting your financial direction in just days. Click the link in the description and comments now and step into abundance today. You've walked through enough dark seasons to know the value of the light. You've felt the sting of disappointment, the ache of prayers that seem unanswered, the fatigue of hope that keeps you going when you have nothing left to give. And still, here you are, open, believing, willing to trust again. That is a miracle in itself. God treasures that trust more than anything else you could give Him. You don't need to prove yourself to receive this next blessing. You don't need to do more, strive more, or show more strength. You are already enough. Just as you are, in your weakness and uncertainty, in your quiet hope and quiet pain, you are enough. God doesn't need perfection. He needs surrender. He needs your heart to stay open, just long enough for Him to move. And He is moving. Type 1919 to receive miracles. You may not know how the provision will arrive, how the healing will happen, or how the broken parts will come together, but God knows. And He is not a God of confusion. He is a God of perfect order. Even in the chaos, He has always had a plan. And that plan is still good. It's still filled with hope. It's still leading you toward peace, healing, and restoration. There is something coming that will soften every hard place inside you. A miracle that will gently remind you that you are seen, heard, and deeply loved. It won't look like a dramatic explosion of events. It will arrive quietly, through doors that seem ordinary at first, through moments that feel familiar, until you realize everything has changed. That's how God moves. Gently, powerfully, undeniably. You won't have to beg for what's coming. You won't have to force it. What's meant for you will find its way to you. What was delayed will arrive. What felt impossible will make sense. You won't be carrying this weight much longer. Your arms are going to be filled with answered prayers instead. And when they are, you'll look back and realize that every step, every tear, every quiet prayer, was worth it. God has not forgotten you. He has not abandoned your story. In fact, He is rewriting the broken parts into something more beautiful than you could ever imagine. You don't have to understand it all. You just have to be willing to receive it when it comes. You just have to keep your heart soft, your spirit open, and your hands willing to let go of what you thought it should look like. There is so much more ahead. This is not the end of your story, it's the beginning of a new chapter. One that is drenched in grace, soaked in love, and covered in divine favor. The kind of chapter where miracles are not rare, but expected. Where healing is no longer delayed. Where joy returns to your mornings, and peace becomes the new rhythm of your life. You've made it through storms that were meant to break you. You've faced battles that no one else saw. And you've walked through valleys that taught you how to stand on the mountaintop with humility and gratitude. All of it mattered. All of it counted. And now, heaven is rejoicing because your moment is here. Let that sink in. Your moment is here. It's not a far-off dream. It's not an empty promise. It's happening. Slowly, gently, faithfully. The same way God has always moved in your life, with love, with purpose, and with an unstoppable grace that cannot be measured. But even now, in this very moment, God is gently reaching out to you, not with condemnation or pressure, but with quiet love. He sees how much you've tried, how deeply you've hoped, and how long you've waited. You've been faithful in the silence, patient in the pain, and steady even when the ground beneath you trembled. And now, your reward is near. Type "yes" to affirm this word over your life. There is something so powerful about the way God works. He doesn't rush things. He doesn't overlook anything. He waits until every detail is ready, until your heart is aligned, and until the blessing He has for you can be fully received. Right now, that moment is drawing closer than ever. The season of wandering is coming to an end. The season of wondering if your prayers were lost is being replaced with undeniable answers. What was closed is being unlocked. What was held back is being released. And what once felt far away is now right at your doorstep. Don't let the weariness fool you. Sometimes the greatest breakthroughs happen when we feel the most worn down. It's not because you're weak. It's because the battle has been long. But God has not allowed that struggle to continue without reason. Every moment was shaping your heart, refining your faith, and preparing you to carry something greater than you ever imagined. What is coming is not small. It's not temporary. It's not fleeting. It's a life-changing move of His Spirit, meant just for you. You didn't lose time. You gained wisdom. You didn't miss your moment. You were being positioned. You didn't fall behind. You were being hidden for a reason. And now, the unveiling begins. Everything that tried to stop you will be silenced. Everything that tried to distract you will be removed. Everything that tried to steal your peace will lose its power. Because when God moves, nothing can stand in His way. Type 666 if you trust Jesus to lead your next step. You don't need to be afraid of what's ahead. The future is not a place of fear, it's a place where God has already gone before you. He's made a way, even through the wilderness. He's poured mercy into every step you'll take. And He's already lined the path with grace. You are not stepping into uncertainty. You are stepping into destiny. You are stepping into favor. And most of all, you are stepping into a deeper relationship with the one who loves you most. There is a sweetness coming into your life that will heal the bitterness of past seasons. People who doubted you will witness your growth. Those who hurt you will no longer hold space in your heart. The situations that drained you will lose their grip, and you will rise, not with pride, but with quiet strength and a heart full of praise. You will rise with testimony in your voice, with peace in your eyes, and with joy that cannot be shaken. What if wealth was never about luck, but a hidden brain signal buried in CIA files? This frequency is opening doors, attracting opportunities, and changing lives quickly. Thousands are already using it to attract wealth like never before. Click the link in the description and comments now and activate the money-attracting brain wave today. You've cried so much in private, and now, laughter will return to your spirit. The weight on your chest will lift. The tightness around your heart will ease. And the constant worry that's been following you will disappear in the presence of perfect love. Because that's what this is really about, God's love. His unshakable, unconditional, unwavering love. It's not dependent on your performance. It's not based on how well you hold yourself together. It's rooted in who He is, and He is faithful, kind, and full of compassion. Let your heart rest. Let your shoulders relax. Let the tears fall if they need to. This is not the end. This is a healing beginning. One where you will not have to prove your worth. One where you don't have to compete to be seen. You are already chosen. You are already enough. You are already loved beyond measure. That truth alone is your foundation. God is not waiting for you to figure everything out before He blesses you. He is waiting for your heart to be open enough to receive what you never thought you deserved. And when it comes, it will come with clarity. It will bring peace. It will feel right. Not because everything around you will suddenly be perfect, but because something inside you will finally feel whole. This season is about more than just answered prayers. It's about a renewed you. A healed you. A wiser you. A stronger you. A softer you. And in this process, you will begin to see life differently. You will notice small miracles. You will treasure quiet moments. You will be slower to worry and quicker to trust. Because when you've seen what God can do in the storm, it changes how you walk in the calm. The beauty ahead is more than a change in circumstances. It's a change in how you see yourself. You are not broken beyond repair. You are being restored with great care. Every scar is becoming a story. Every wound is turning into wisdom. And every doubt is making space for deeper faith. There's something very holy about this kind of healing. It's not loud. It's not rushed. It's slow, steady, and wrapped in love. The kind of healing where you wake up one morning and realize you're no longer afraid. You're no longer holding your breath. You're finally breathing fully. And you're finally free. But hear this now, this very moment is not a sign of delay or denial. It is the final stirring before the shift. It is the last mile before the dawn breaks through the night. You are not being overlooked. You are being ushered into something extraordinary, something only God could prepare in such divine detail. Type 2323 if you agree with God's timing. When you look back at your life, you'll see how every piece fit together. You'll see how the waiting had purpose. How the closed doors protected you. How the unanswered prayers were actually preparing you. God never works on your timeline because He works beyond time. While you are measuring days and weeks, He is crafting a masterpiece that will last for eternity. Every trial, every heartbreak, every confusing season was never meant to break you. It was meant to build in you the strength and character that this next chapter will require. You may not see it yet, but you've grown. You've changed. You've become softer in spirit and stronger in faith. You no longer need to understand everything to believe. That is maturity. That is deep trust. And heaven honors that kind of trust. You may not have all the answers, but you've stayed close to the one who does. You've reached out in the darkness. You've kept walking when the path was unclear. And now, a light is coming that will make every step worth it. It will happen gently. It won't feel rushed or chaotic. It will feel peaceful, like coming home after a long journey. The burdens you've carried will begin to lift, one by one. The tension you've held in your heart will ease. And the future that once seemed uncertain will suddenly feel secure. Not because your circumstances are perfect, but because you know who holds the future in His hands. And you trust Him. God isn't just showing up to answer a prayer. He's showing up to prove that He never left. Even in the silence, He was near. Even in the waiting, He was working. Even when you couldn't feel Him, He was surrounding you. And now, He's bringing you into a season where you won't have to question if He's with you. His presence will be unmistakable. His peace will be your anchor. Type 2020 to claim miracles today. This next season won't be like the last. The exhaustion that has worn down your spirit is giving way to rest. The confusion that clouded your mind is lifting. The ache in your soul is being healed in layers. You are not starting over from nothing. You are starting again with wisdom, strength, and a heart more rooted in faith than ever before. You will feel joy return to places you thought were permanently closed off. You will laugh again, deep, free laughter that comes not from things going perfectly, but from knowing you are deeply loved and fully known by your Creator. He is bringing restoration to every area of your life that felt broken. It won't happen all at once, but it will happen steadily, and it will last. Sometimes, miracles don't look the way we imagined. Sometimes, they arrive quietly, disguised as a moment of peace, a renewed relationship, or an opportunity that seems small but carries eternal weight. God's blessings are not always loud, but they are always right on time. Don't dismiss what looks small. In His hands, it will grow into something far greater than you could have ever planned. You may not feel ready. That's okay. God doesn't call the qualified, He qualifies the called. And you are called. You've been chosen for something sacred. Not for the applause of people, but for the quiet fulfillment of walking in step with your Savior. You don't have to perform for His approval. You already have His heart. A 7-second at-home ritual, scientifically proven by neuroscience labs and hidden for decades in CIA files, is now public, and people are seeing money flow into their lives. Scientists say it activates a brain pathway linked to abundance. Click the link in the comments below before this knowledge disappears again. Everything you've lost is being restored in ways you won't expect. What seemed like the end was actually the turning point. You will look back on this time and realize it was the start of something holy. A new chapter of peace, purpose, and presence. God is not just doing a small work in you. He's rebuilding your life on a stronger foundation. One that cannot be shaken by circumstances or shaken by fear. You've been brave in ways no one saw. You've trusted when it made no sense. You've held on to faith by a thread. And now, that thread is being woven into a tapestry of grace. Nothing will be wasted. Not your tears. Not your waiting. Not your pain. Every piece is being redeemed. Every part of your story is being used. Every page is being rewritten by the hand of love. What's coming is not something you'll have to fight for. It will come as you rest, as you breathe, as you stay surrendered. You don't have to chase it. You just have to receive it. That's the beauty of grace. It meets you exactly where you are, and carries you into places you never thought you'd reach. Not because of your strength, but because of His. They were planted deep into the soil of faith, and now, the harvest is beginning. Not all at once, but piece by piece, in ways that will leave you speechless, in moments that will touch places of your heart you thought had gone numb forever. Type 1111 if you trust in God's perfect timing. You have held on through so much. You've endured long seasons where answers never came. You've smiled through heartbreak, shown up when your soul felt empty, and loved others even when you felt unloved yourself. That is strength. That is faith. That is why God is honoring this season with something special, something holy. This miracle won't be loud. It won't be rushed. It will come gently, like sunlight warming a cold morning. You will feel it before you fully understand it, and when it comes, you'll know it was always meant for you. You are not being left behind. You are not being forgotten. You are being made ready for something that only God can give. While others rushed ahead, you were being refined. While doors stayed shut, your heart was learning trust. And now, you're not who you used to be. You've grown. You've matured. You've become tender in spirit and unshaken in faith. You've become someone who doesn't need to see everything to believe. And that kind of trust is exactly what heaven responds to. The answers that are coming are not just about solving problems, they're about revealing God's deep love for you. They're about showing you that He sees you, not just your needs, but your soul. Not just your struggles, but your quiet victories. There's nothing hidden from Him. Every sleepless night. Every tear no one saw. Every prayer whispered when you felt like giving up. He saw it all, and now He is answering, not because He has to, but because He wants to. You don't need to chase after what God has already written into your story. What is meant for you will find you. It won't be forced. It won't come with confusion. It will arrive with peace. It will bring clarity. It will feel safe. Because God's blessings never come to burden you, they come to free you. And that freedom is already beginning to settle into your life. There's a release happening in the spirit. The weight you've been carrying is being lifted. The fear that clings to your thoughts is losing its grip. The dread you felt each day is turning into a quiet hope that you don't fully understand yet, but it's real. Let that hope grow. Let it stretch inside you. Don't push it away because of past disappointments. This time is different. This time, it's God. Type 222 if you believe He's making all things new. You don't have to have it all figured out. That's not your role. Your job is to stay open, stay expectant, and stay rooted in faith. God will do the rest. He's not waiting for you to become perfect, He's already chosen you as you are. And everything He's promised will come to pass in its time. Nothing can stop what He's already set into motion. No delay, no mistake, no failure can cancel what God has planned for you. There are going to be moments ahead where you'll feel overwhelmed, not by fear, but by gratitude. You'll walk into rooms that once felt unreachable. You'll receive words that bring healing to years of wounds. You'll encounter love that doesn't come with conditions. And in all of it, you'll know, this is what God had in mind all along. You may have felt unworthy. You may have believed the lie that your best days were behind you. But God is rewriting that story. He's showing you that your past has no power to limit your future. The regrets, the shame, the pain, they don't define you. His grace does. His mercy does. His love does. And those things never run out. You'll begin to see signs, little confirmations that you're not alone. That your prayers have been heard. That your steps are guided. And you'll look back, not in sorrow, but in wonder. Because somehow, through it all, God held you together. And now, He's lifting you higher. Not for status. Not for applause. But so you can breathe again. So you can rest. So you can live the way you were always meant to, with joy, with hope, and with peace that stays even in the middle of storms. God knows how tired you've been. He knows how long you've waited. And He's not asking you to carry that pain any longer. This season is about healing. About renewal. About stepping into something deeper, richer, and more sacred. It's not just about receiving a miracle, it's about becoming one. Your life is about to reflect His goodness in ways you never thought possible. You'll be a living example of what grace looks like. People who once questioned your journey will see the fruit of your faith. Not because you shouted about it, but because God's favor will rest so quietly, so clearly on your life, it won't need an explanation. Peace will be your answer. Joy will be your language. And love will be your legacy. A classified 7-second morning ritual, once buried in CIA files, is quietly transforming financial lives. In under 30 seconds, it helps shift the mind from scarcity to wealth, with many reporting surprise income and peace. Click the link in the comments below before the page is removed. You didn't give up. And that matters. It matters more than you know. Because while you were waiting, I was working. While you were crying, I was collecting every tear. While you were praying, I was preparing. And now, your reward is near, not as a distant hope, but as a promise being fulfilled, one heartbeat at a time. Type Amen if you believe your story is still being written by God. Your life has not been forgotten, your name has not been erased, and your prayers have not been shelved. You are not behind. You are right on time, exactly where you're meant to be, in the very place I've always known you would stand. The road that brought you here may have been full of valleys, delays, and silent nights, but none of it was wasted. I've used every piece of your journey to shape your heart into one that reflects my love more clearly than ever before. You've grown through things that would have broken others. You've learned how to wait with grace, to worship with wounds, and to walk with wisdom born from pain. And now, a new season is being written in heaven for you. One not marked by struggle or fear, but by rest and restoration. One where joy doesn't feel distant and peace doesn't feel temporary. One where you will wake up and realize that the storm has passed, and in its place is the calm only I can bring. You don't have to beg me to be good. I already am. You don't have to convince me to care. I already do. You don't have to strive to earn a blessing. You are already my child. I've seen the thoughts that told you to settle. I've seen the fears that made you shrink. But still, I've whispered to your spirit, again and again, don't give up now. You're closer than you think. Type 555 if you're ready to step into what God has already prepared for you. This next chapter is not about what you can do, it's about what I'm about to do through you. You don't have to carry the weight of what comes next. That's my job. Yours is to remain open, soft, trusting, expectant. I will take care of the rest. Because I know what's ahead. I know how it unfolds. I see the places where provision is already waiting. I see the healing already happening. I see the peace that's coming like a wave over your life. It's on the way. Not because of luck. Not because you said the right words. But because I love you. You don't have to rush. You don't have to panic. The blessings I've prepared for you will arrive right on time. And when they do, you'll realize that the waiting wasn't a punishment, it was protection. I had to hold some things back, not because I wanted to deny you joy, but because I was shaping your heart to be ready to hold it well. What's coming isn't fragile or fleeting. It's firm. It's steady. It's built to last. Your faith has made room for miracles. Your consistency has built a foundation. And now, the waters are parting. The way is being cleared. The answers are unfolding. Slowly, maybe, but surely. You'll see it in the unexpected kindness of others. In the small victories that start adding up. In the peace that returns without warning. These are the signs. These are the beginnings of the miracle. I don't work according to the world's logic. I work according to love. I build in secret and reveal in beauty. What you thought was the end was actually a pause. And now, the page is turning. What's ahead will bring clarity to what you left behind. You'll understand why some people had to go. Why some plans fell apart. Why some seasons were so hard. Because all of it was preparing you for this season of fullness. You'll begin to see how every loss had hidden mercy inside it. How every delay was a doorway. How every no was leading you to a greater yes. You'll realize that I wasn't distant, I was deeply involved, guiding each step, even when it hurt. I've never taken my eyes off of you. Not once. And I never will. This isn't just about breakthrough. It's about healing your entire way of thinking. It's about no longer living in survival mode, but stepping into peace. It's about waking up without fear and walking forward without second-guessing every move. It's about learning to trust me more than the noise, more than the past, more than your own understanding. That's where freedom lives. That's where joy begins. And that's what I'm giving you now. You won't have to fight for your place anymore. You won't have to keep proving your worth. I've already claimed you as my own. And everything I give is good, full, and overflowing. That's how you'll know it's from me, by the peace that surrounds it. By the love that carries it. By the freedom that comes with it. So keep holding on. Keep believing. Not because you see everything yet, but because you trust that I do. And that is enough. You're stepping into days where your heart will be lighter, your step steadier, your spirit more at rest. You'll begin to recognize yourself again, not the version that was tired and worn down, but the one that was always meant to shine. You have walked through seasons that tried to silence your faith, through days that blurred your vision, but you are still here. That alone is a victory. That alone is proof that something holy is sustaining you. And now, as one chapter gently closes, another is beginning, and it's more beautiful than anything you've seen before. Type 1919 to receive miracles, not by chance, but by God's hand. I saw you when you questioned me. I heard you when you said you didn't know if you could keep going. And I stayed. I didn't turn away. I didn't grow distant. Instead, I drew closer. Because that's what love does. It stays in the mess. It sits in the silence. It walks beside the broken. You never needed to impress me. You just needed to be willing to let me in. And you did. Even in your lowest moments, you still called my name. Even in your doubt, you kept your heart open. And that means more than you know. Do you know, inside your brain is a small region linked to wealth and success, once buried in restricted research and hidden in CIA files. This newly revealed frequency is helping people replace stress with financial ease, and God has guided you here. Click the link in the description and comments to activate this hidden brain wave now. There is no shame in feeling weary. No guilt in needing grace. Life has not been easy, and I never asked you to pretend it was. I only ever asked you to trust me through it. And even when you didn't understand, even when you struggled to believe, you stayed close. That's all I needed. Not perfection. Just presence. just a willingness to stay near. And now, everything is about to change, not suddenly, but steadily, not all at once, but in ways that will bring deep and lasting peace. You've cried long enough. You've fought hard enough. This next season isn't about striving. It's about receiving. It's about resting in the truth that I am still God, still good, still working every detail together for your good. I am not limited by time. I am not confined by circumstances. I do not need the world's approval to bless you. I only need your yes. Your surrender. Your belief that even now, something good can rise from everything that hurt you. I know what it cost you to hold on. I know how many times you thought about giving up. But instead of quitting, you kept whispering, "God, help me." And I did. Quietly, consistently, lovingly, I carried you. I protected what you couldn't see. I removed what you didn't know was hurting you. I blocked things you were begging for because I had something better. And now, you'll start to see why. Type 1212 if you still believe that God is not finished with you. The promise still stands. The vision you once had for your life, it's not lost. I've simply been reworking it to fit the person you're becoming. And the person you're becoming is strong, tender, wise, and deeply rooted in me. You're no longer chasing things that don't last. You're no longer desperate for things that drain you. Now, you're learning to wait with peace, to love with open hands, and to trust without needing all the answers. You will begin to notice peace returning to places you forgot were even hurting. You'll find yourself smiling for no reason, laughing again, breathing without that invisible pressure on your chest. The storm is lifting, and in its place, the calm is rising. A calm you didn't create on your own, but one that comes from knowing I am with you. Always. In every moment, through every change, through every joy and every tear. And the answers you've been waiting for? They are on the way. But even greater than the answers is the transformation already taking place within you. You're not waiting empty, you're waiting expectantly. You're not hoping blindly, you're trusting deeply. That shift, that quiet change in your spirit, is evidence of the miracle already unfolding. You may not feel it yet, but soon you'll see it. Soon you'll look back and say, "That was God." I have not overlooked your prayers. I have not forgotten your needs. I have not turned my back when you cried out. I have been moving, aligning, arranging, preparing. And what's coming will not only bless you, it will restore you. It will return what was lost in ways far better than what you imagined. It will redeem every broken moment. It will make sense of the pain. Not with words, but with peace. Some doors are about to open. Some hearts are about to change. Some burdens are about to be lifted. And it won't happen because you forced it, it will happen because you trusted me with it. There is favor resting on your name. There is healing coming for your soul. There is joy being restored to your heart. And when it arrives, you will know, this was not luck, this was love. My love. You won't have to run anymore. You won't have to wonder if it's too late. It's not. You're right where you're supposed to be. And I'm right here with you. guiding, holding, healing, pouring out more grace than you've ever known. The pages ahead are full of new beginnings. The doors ahead are wide with promise. And the life ahead is soaked in peace. Yet here you are, still believing, still reaching out, still whispering prayers into the quiet. That kind of faith is rare, and I do not take it lightly. Your miracle has not passed you by. Your time has not been missed. What I've prepared for you is still coming, still unfolding, still drawing closer with each passing breath. Type yes if you still believe something good is coming. The weight you feel is not a sign of failure. It's the pressing that comes before the release. The burden you've carried has not gone unnoticed. I've watched as you continued forward when everything inside you begged to quit. I've seen the tears you wiped away quickly so no one would notice. I've heard the way your voice cracked when you said, "I trust you," even when you didn't understand what I was doing. That is a kind of worship that goes beyond songs. It is sacred. It is holy. And it is precious to me. Now, my child, listen closely. You are not far away from the moment everything begins to shift. You are not lost in the crowd. I see you. I know you. I know the dreams that have faded in your hands, the plans that fell apart despite your best efforts, the relationships that left you questioning your worth. But I also know what's ahead, and it's worth every tear, every delay, every unanswered prayer that kept you awake at night. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are not broken beyond repair. You are standing on the edge of something beautiful, something eternal, something that will take all the pain and reshape it into purpose. What you thought was the end was only the beginning of something better. What you thought was silence was the soil where the miracle was planted. Type 2323 if you know your miracle is already on its way. Financial freedom is not about effort, but activating a hidden brain signal once buried in CIA files. Neuroscience shows this sound wave helps attract money and opportunity faster, and thousands are already seeing unexpected income. Click the link in the description and comments now to activate the ancient money wave today. You will see things shift around you, yes. But more than that, you will feel something rise within you, a deeper strength, a gentler spirit, a steadier peace. I am not just changing your life. I am renewing your heart. I am replacing the anxiety with assurance. I am trading your fear for faith. I am turning your sorrow into songs of joy, and the season of drought is coming to a close. Do not worry about how it will happen. That's my job. Don't try to figure it out or carry the weight of the unknown. I hold tomorrow. I wrote every page of your life before you ever took your first breath. And I have never once let go of your story. What's ahead is not a coincidence. It is a continuation of the promise. It is proof that I finish what I start. And I started something good in you. Let your heart breathe again. You don't need to be in control. You don't need to know every step. Just take the next one in peace. I will guide your feet, light your path, and protect your soul. I will surround you with favor and speak to you in stillness. You will begin to feel me in ways you haven't before, not just in answered prayers, but in everyday moments. In laughter. In rest. In kindness. In silence that finally feels safe. The miracle is not just about receiving what you asked for. It's about realizing I've been with you all along. That you were never without me. That even in the hardest parts, you were held. You were guarded. You were growing. And now that you've made it through what tried to break you, I'm bringing you into what will build you. It may come quietly. It may arrive in pieces. But it will come. And it will last. You won't have to fight for it. You won't have to earn it. You'll just need to open your heart wide enough to receive it. Because my love isn't earned, it's given. Freely. Endlessly. Lovingly. Always. I'm bringing beauty out of what you thought was broken. I'm restoring the years that felt stolen. I'm awakening joy that you thought had left for good. You will rise, not in pride, but in peace. You will stand, not in your own strength, but in mine. And you will know that every moment of waiting was seen by heaven. Even now, I'm placing people in your path who will remind you that you're not alone. I'm opening doors you don't have to knock on. I'm softening hearts that once seemed cold. I'm clearing confusion and calming storms. The things that once made you anxious will begin to lose their grip, and the things that bring you peace will begin to grow. This is not a dream you're chasing. This is a promise I've made. And my promises never fail. My timing is never flawed. I'm not rushing. I'm not delayed. I am moving at the pace of perfect love. And that love is carrying you into a new season, one where you are no longer held hostage by what happened, but are free to hope again. So, lift your head. Let go of what you were never meant to carry. Breathe in the calm that only I can give. I'm not asking you to see the full picture. I'm just asking you to trust me with the brush in my hand. I'm still painting. I'm still creating. I'm still writing something beautiful, and your name is written in every line.